And senior government officials present here, the General Secretary of the
Chairman of the Council of State, senior government appointees, members of the Council of Elders of the NDC from the Volta region, members of Parliament who have been ordered to go back to Parliament to vote, distinguished guests, Togbe, Mahama, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that we are here this afternoon to congratulate Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, on your resounding victory at the just ended elections. Indeed, it is a sign of gratitude on the part of our region for us to be here to show that we really appreciate the fact that your thank you tour started from nowhere else but the Volta region. We thank you very much for that. In addition to that, we have followed very keenly the appointments that you have made from the Volta region. And we are happy and impressed about the number of appointees in your government. We are hopeful that they will acquit themselves creditably in order to bring honor not only to the Volta region, but to Ghana as a whole. Your Excellency, we are also here to acknowledge and to encourage you to continue with the good work you have been doing so far in terms of steering the ship of state. There is stability of the cedi now. Inflation has gone down. Fuel prices are more manageable now. And we thank you very much for all of these. We also wish to thank you for the recent National Education Forum, which was established and which will assist in improving on the quality of education of the nation. These are positive signs that the reset agenda has started working. Mr. President, we have listened to the immediate budget and we are elated that the budget has captured major roads in the region in that budget. Mr. President, given that they are multi-year projects, we pray that these ones are started in good time so as to assure their completion during your current tenure in office. Also of particular appreciative mention is the recently commissioned Agaveji Sea Defense Project, which will undoubtedly enhance the living standards of our people and save them from the perennial ravages of the sea. In addition to these are the Qatar Port Project, the use to which the whole airport should be put, and the Eastern Corridor routes. These are major transformational projects for the region. We shall be grateful for their timeous execution. Mr. President, I wish to respectfully draw your attention to the interest of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs in actively participating in the Feed Ghana project. We have debated the feasibility of the House engaging in this laudable initiative, and we look forward to support with implements and indeed guidance from the Attorney General as to the best legal mode that we can adopt to achieve this. Mr. President, we had our first meeting of the year about 2 Fridays ago, and your regional minister was in attendance and exposed us to the benefits of enough plant production on a large scale in the region. We respectfully want to call for your support in that endeavor. Now, the need to strengthen the Institute of Chieftaincy and Local Governance for development through education cannot be overemphasized. In this regard, Mr. President, we are humbly appealing to your office for funding for training workshops for the newly inaugurated traditional councils in the region. Our numbers at the Volta Regional House of Chiefs, by the legislative instrument establishing it, is 100. We happen to be the biggest regional house of chiefs in the whole of Ghana. But, Your Excellency, we share the same resources with those who have membership of even less than 20. We really need a shot in the arm to be able to train our staff and even the chiefs themselves in the resolution of chieftaincy disputes, which are growing in leaps and bounds, unfortunately, in our region. At the last count, there were 69 chieftaincy disputes pending in the Volta region. We are not very comfortable with it. And we think that through education, among other means, we can bring the numbers down. Your Excellency, the Asikuma and Sogakope inland immigration posts and the Juapon joint military and police barriers continue to be of concern to us as a region. Indeed, it is very humiliating when you get to these inland immigration posts and you are asked to get down from your bus, walk a certain distance before you join your bus again to continue your journey to wherever you're going. Your Excellency, my chiefs and I have debated this issue, and we think we should make a special case to you to see what can be done to remove those inland immigration posts and the Juapon joint military and police barrier from our region. We'll be extremely grateful if you tackle this problem and solve it once and for all. Your Excellency, our premier university, the University of Health and Allied Sciences, has yet to open its remaining campuses. Your Excellency, healthcare professionals have exportable global skills. Therefore, we are of the respectful opinion that increasing the capacity of UHAS will produce more health professionals and thereby help address our critical health support systems. Some of them can even be assisted to export their acquired skills and thereby help address the unemployment problem and generate worthwhile income for these trained professionals. We also want to make a special appeal to Your Excellency to support chiefs to undertake local advocacy in order to complement the work of the National Commission for Civic Education in areas such as community education, health, environment, and waste management, among others. Your Excellency, but for our logistical problems, we would have, in quotes, invaded the Jubilee House. The membership of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs alone is 100, like I have said. In addition to all other chiefs and well-wishers, I am sure there wouldn't be space for us if we all were to come here. On behalf of the chiefs and people of the Volta region, we want to thank you for the opportunity to share these thoughts with you and your able team, and we look forward to the much-needed progress and development under your leadership. We as chiefs will continue to support the government with ideas and suggestions in order to reset and move this country forward. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you very much.
Republic of Ghana, Togbe Afede, the fourth president of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs and Paramount Chief of Amfuega Traditional Area, Togbe Mahama from the Volta region, Chairman and members of the Council of State, Chief of Staff and his deputies, our National Security Advisor, General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I wish to sincerely, on my behalf and on behalf of Her Excellency the Vice President, thank the Volta Regional House of Chiefs for your warm welcome and steadfast support shown to myself and the NDC party over the years. It gives me great pleasure to join you today at the presidency and share some of the progress we have made since my recent thank you tour of the Volta region. During that memorable visit, which was the first stop on my journey of gratitude after the 2024 elections, I witnessed the spirit of resilience and the aspirations of the people of the Volta region. I promised you then at that event that your voices, concerns, and ideas would be central to our national agenda. And I wish to reaffirm that commitment to you today. We have kickstarted the administration and in doing so have ensured that citizens from the Volta region are honored with key positions in my government, enabling your valuable perspectives to help steer our collective destiny. You've rightly observed that we're making tangible strides under this administration. The stabilization of the cedi, the moderation of inflation, the declining fuel prices are all early signs of our determined efforts to restore economic equilibrium. Indeed, we inherited an economy in crisis, and things were worse than we had thought they were. A primary balance that was negative 3.4, inflation at almost 24%, the cedi hovering at almost 16 cedis to the dollar, and a general debt burden that was unsustainable. By the grace of God and by good management and fiscal discipline, we have brought all these under control. And as the Minister of Finance said, even though we are not out of the woods yet, we can see a bright light at the end of the tunnel. Recently, the monetary institutions, multilateral financial institutions, have revised their prediction for Ghana's GDP growth from 4% to 6.2%, which will be one of the highest growths we have attained in recent years. Also, the Bank of Ghana cuts its whatever you call it, by 3 basis points, its policy rate by 3 basis points. That is a sign of growing confidence in the economy. Aside from that, we are already achieving a positive primary balance from a negative of 3.4. We're on target to achieve the more than 1.4 primary balance that we targeted for end of this year. Inflation is currently down 13.2%, and we anticipate that by the end of the year, inflation will hit single digits. The recent National Education Forum demonstrated our promise to revitalize Ghana's educational system. As I assured the people of the Volta region, education reforms from enhanced facilities to modernized curricula will remain a cornerstone of our development agenda. We're investing in a future where every child and all our youth can access quality learning, equipping them with the skills needed for tomorrow's challenge. Even before the full implementation of the educational review report, we can see improvements in our educational programs. The Finance Minister has fully paid the capitation grant to our basic schools. We've established dedicated funding for the school feeding program. The quality of food of children in the secondary schools has remarkably improved, and the secondary schools have access to their money on time for the free SHS program. With regards to infrastructure and transformational projects, I wish to acknowledge the critical infrastructure projects we committed to during our tour recently. In your region, we've outlined ambitious plans that include major road projects. Some of the roads include completion of the Eastern Corridor Road, the reconstruction of the whole Denu Road, amongst others. Indeed, all these were earmarked in the mid-year budget under our Big Push program, which seeks to invest about $10 billion in infrastructure development over the next 5 years. Many other roads in the Volta region that were not mentioned in the Big Push have been captured under the 10-kilometer per constituency road reconstruction project. Every year we'll reconstruct 10 kilometers of roads per constituency. And so in 4 years, we would have done 40 kilometers. And I wish to inform you that all the 18 constituencies in Volta region are included in this project. I wish to assure you that we will endeavor to kickstart construction in time so that we shall see completion of these roads during my tenure in office. The Agaveji Sea Defense Project. This is one of the first visits I made as president to see the destruction that the tidal waves were wreaking on the people of Agaveji and adjoining towns. We had provided relief items even in the time we were in opposition to help the people of that area. We had joined our voices calling on the government to start the Sea Defense Project. Unfortunately, our voices were not heard. But I'm happy to report to you that work is currently ongoing. I went and cut the sod, and indeed the sea has been pushed back and the groins are being put in place. This will bring relief to our people on that stretch of road. Beyond the Blekusu Phase 2 project that we cut the sod for, the other side of our coastline up to Aflao will benefit from the Waka project, which is a beach replenishment project under the World Bank. And that will also help to protect our coastline in that area. The whole airport is also an iconic project, and even though it's currently underutilized for commercial flights, as I announced before, we had endorsed the initiative to open a pilot training school in the whole airport. I have since asked the Ghana Airport Company to release 10 acres of land for the pilot training school to begin. Since then, we've also received an initiative to establish a maintenance and repair facility at the whole airport to bring aircraft there for maintenance and servicing. As Togbe Afede indicated, the Volta region will not be left out of the Feed Ghana project. Volta region is uniquely placed because of your vegetation, your land, the water, and the general environment to be a major participant in the Feed Ghana project. We also see the Volta region as the hub for agribusiness to process the products that we will get from the Feed Ghana project, to process them both for domestic consumption and also for export. One of our flagship projects for which we're seeking funding from the African Development Bank is a 200,000 hectares of oil palm plantation that we intend to establish in various parts of the country. There's already an initiative in the Volta region which is called the Volta Palm Project. And government is going to support this project as part of our objective of achieving the 200,000 hectares of oil palm in this country. From boosting local agriculture to stimulating industry, we are committed to ensuring that developmental projects support job creation and sustainable economic growth, exactly as I promised when I visited the communities throughout the region. Under the Market Enhancement Program, which is spearheaded by Her Excellency, the Vice President, several markets across the country are going to be reconstructed, including the construction of new markets. And I'm happy to note that the Aflao Ashigame is going to be one of them. This market will enhance cross-border trade with our neighbors in Togo. An enduring promise made during the tour was to fortify the institution of chieftaincy and bolster local governance. Traditional leaders are pivotal in mediating community affairs and fostering development. And so to that end, the Ministry of Local Government, Religious Affairs and Chieftaincy is going to enhance training and capacity building of traditional leaders. Funding will be allocated for workshops that will prepare our freshly inaugurated traditional councils to manage customary disputes and community challenges effectively. We will also target seminars to ensure that chiefs are well versed in their statutory roles and responsibilities, thereby reducing disputes and enhancing communal harmony. Supporting local advocacy is also on track. We'll continue to complement the National Commission for Civic Education by equipping traditional leaders with the necessary tools for community outreach in health, environmental management, and civic education. It is also my hope, Togbe Afede, that the current ongoing constitutional review exercise will capture your views on how to enhance the authority of chiefs in our local government system, especially in the areas of environmental protection and sanitation. I'm mindful of the challenges posed by the inland immigration post at Esikuma, Sogakope, and the joint Japon military and police barrier. These issues, which have long affected the region and created many challenges for its people, will be urgently reviewed by the appropriate authorities to harmonize security with communities and economic needs. Togbe Afede, in line with our promise to bolster human capital, the University of Health and Allied Sciences expansion program will be brought back on track. By opening additional campuses of the university, we will help to increase the number of highly qualified healthcare professionals in our country, but also create pathways for their skills to reach global markets and in turn drive economic growth. As I speak, our Minister of Special Initiatives is in the Caribbean, and almost all the countries from Bahamas to Barbados are asking us to send them nurses, doctors, and other medical professionals. Togbe Afede, I'm grateful for the opportunity to share these few thoughts with you today and honor the promises made during our recent thank you tour. Your unwavering support, insightful ideas, and collective commitment to national progress are invaluable. My government remains dedicated to being a responsive partner, listening to your concerns, integrating your suggestions, and working together to advance the Ghana we all desire. Once again, I thank you for the trust you have bestowed upon me and your ongoing commitment to our nation's development. Together, we will realize the vision of a prosperous, unified, and resilient Ghana. May the Almighty God continue to bless Ghana and continue to bless the Volta region. Akbe Nami, thank you very much.
It is for Volta. I got team Mekpetoe. Okay, my day. Yes, for you. For the great job you are doing. We say thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Shall we please appreciate them even as they resume their seats?
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe,
and click on the bell for more updates.